Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. My name is Artieka.
And I'm Tommy.
You're Tommy.
Doing it again. I'm Tommy. Yeah, it's me, Tommy T.
And today we are reviewing Married at First Sight. Or I shouldn't say we're reviewing because this isn't really a review.
Catching up.
We're talking about.
Right.
Married at First Sight, season 15, episodes 1 and 2. We are working towards catching up to real time, which we're only one episode behind with this. So
at least we're not like doing 5 episodes at one time.
If we were doing 5, I would just quit. It would be like when we got behind with Ready to Love. I'll just quit.
Be like, I'm done. Let's just start where we are.
Right. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and let's get into this here review or
chat.
Talk about. So the first couple that I wrote about was Miguel and Lindy. They are 35 and 29. I can't remember what they said about Miguel, but they said Lindsay was an adventurous overthinker. So Miguel
was the D&D guy. So he dressed up in
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I was about to say, do not disturb.
Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
I think. And,
I remember him talking to his friends and they're like, Miguel avoids, like he does not see red flags.
Yeah.
In his relationship.
So I want to preface everything before we dive deep into this. We watched the episodes when they came out and we took horrible notes. I took horrible notes.
I was breastfeeding, so I did not always have a hand to take a note.
So I said all this to say, if we get something wrong, just let us know in the comments. Because, I'm running off of fumes of what I remember. So,
so we did find out that he likes to write poems and he's very big on fantasy and sci-fi.
Yep.
Lots of role playing. He does have a doctorate in neuroscience and he is now a medical writer. And I believe she also has her doctorate in physical therapy.
Yeah.
So they kind of put them together for being overly ambitious. I shouldn't say overly ambitious because I
don't think that's being overly ambitious. I just think that's knowing what you want to do.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to get at. It was like, it's not really overly ambitious. It's just a part of, if I want to be a physical therapist, becoming a doctor is part of the process. Game. So, what you feel about them? Did they get married? Did we see them get married? I thought we saw everybody get married except for the one couple where the husband had COVID.
Yeah. I don't remember them getting married.
I think that I do. Now that I think back about it, I do remember them getting married. I don't remember them talking to each other after the wedding, but I believe I remember them getting married. I think. I don't know. She was the one who was sheltered through religion.
Yeah, she was the...
She grew up Seventh-day Adventist, and she said that she's had a one-night stand before, so she said that makes her feel very awkward about religion.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I'm not Seventh-day Adventist, but I did grow up a church kid, right? Yeah. So church kids are sheltered to an extent, but then there's a whole bunch of crazy things that happen at church with church kids. Yeah. So it's like you're sort of sheltered, but everything ends in Jesus' name. And I felt like that's where her life was. Yeah. I'm hoping that she is not a red flag for Miguel, but something about the two of them individually just does not, for me, make me feel like they're going to mesh well in the beginning. Yeah. I think they're going to have to work to understand each other.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just get that feeling from them.
I think they're going to fit each other perfectly because he's going to talk enough and she's going to talk way more. like
it's like your grandparents.
Yeah, like she's going to be the one who carries the conversations and you know, really go like for a long time, but he'll write out stuff for her. So he's going to be like overly romantic, I think, but she's going to be the one to like be the mouthpiece for them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And I think they're going to fit like that, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because they still seem to be a weird couple. When you look at it, you'll look at them and be like, I don't see how they got together. You know, or you'll be like, oh, they had to do Married at First Sight because I don't see them walking up to each other trying to talk to each other.
I don't really see him walking up to anybody trying to talk to them.
But if he did,
but from going to things like, where do we go? Dragon Con?
Yeah.
I do know that there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
And I find it interesting that he did not find his woman through that world.
I did too, because like when you're indulging in that world, that like that's
those are your people. This is your tribe, and his friends are all in that world.
And that's another thing too. His friends were like not really optimistic about him choosing or him being chosen to be Married at First Sight, and they're like, "Well, I hope she don't run over you like the other girls have done."
I don't think anybody's family will. I ain't gonna say anybody, but there was several people on
like
this
a lot
season.
of people's family this season. Like,
nah.
Like it ain't a lot of family members that's just like, yeah, let's go.
So you think that they'll be able to work things out?
It only depends on if she can get with his quirkiness, which when they did get married, I think that she started to notice, like, she called it his nerdy side. I hate using nerdy because I think we putting a title on things that people like is like not really cool.
Yeah, because people that I know that I consider, like, I don't say that I consider, but that the world would consider to be nerds are some of the coolest people that I've met.
Yeah.
Like, they just have a thing and they were like laser focused on that thing.
Like, they just like it. They enjoy whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
And so she was, when they were talking to each other, she was like seeing the nerdy things that he had, because he pulled something out of his pocket, like a dice or something like that, to like go into another galaxy. So yeah, it went left field somewhere. And I was like, okay, how does she react to that? And I think that's going to be a lot to do with the success of their marriage, is if he can be himself in that regard, because that's an extreme for a lot of people. For most people, if you're not indulged in that world, that's an extreme. And if she can come on board or like accept it, I think they'll be okay.
We done with that couple?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So next up was Justin and Alexis. Justin is 33, the towering teddy bear. And Alexis is 29. She's the professional powerhouse. Okay, so I'm just going to start off by saying, when we met Justin's brother, Tommy and I were both like, so what do his parents look like? And then we met Justin's mom at the wedding, and I was like, who is his daddy? Because it was like, I didn't see Justin coming from his mom.
Yeah, there's a story in there.
It has to be.
I'm
just waiting on it to come out.
Yeah.
So Justin is like, what did he say? 6'8"?
6'8".
And apparently women want to know if that thing is thinging.
If that thing is thinging. That's what they want to know.
And I was like, do they? Do people really just come up to you and ask you that?
I've never been asked that.
You're not 6'8".
No, I'm not.
And that's not a conversation I wanted to get into with my dad or my stepdad or either one of my stepbrothers.
Right.
They're all very close in height to Justin. So I'm going to just let that go. I'm not going to have that conversation with any of them.
Yeah.
So Justin was raised by his brother from the age of 14 up to 19. We did find out that he was previously engaged 5 years ago, and he's just ready to be married. He did let us know that he's been celibate for 1.5 years. And
his brother is not excited about this at first.
His brother was never excited.
His brother, like him and his brother went through a lot in this little small span in the first episode.
They did. I wish we could have seen more, like seen the reconciliation conversation of him and his brother. But brother is like, no, this is a terrible idea.
Right.
Alexis has been proposed to 3 times, but she has never been engaged. I'm sorry, guys. Lily is appearing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Are you going to sit here and be quiet while I record? Okay. We'll try to see how far we can go with finishing this. All right. So Alexis has been proposed to 3 times, but she has never been engaged. Her parents got divorced when she was 18, and she was like, thank God they got divorced.
Yeah.
Because apparently they were unhappily married with children.
Mm-hmm.
Her friends say that she needs to learn how to work on her delivery when she gets married. Alexis is her Alexis? Alexia.
Yeah, Alexis.
Alexis' family didn't seem to have any issues with her doing Married at First Sight. Like, her sisters were all in. She's one of 3 girls.
She's the youngest, I think.
But her sister seemed to be all in. Her mom was like, I love you. We just had to deal with Justin's brother and his inability to want to deal with this process.
I think he just didn't know how to express, I'm going to support you, but I don't like it.
He was very comfortable with the everything after the I'm going to support you, the comma, but I don't like this.
Yeah.
He got that perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, I don't like it, but I'm like, and that was the thing that bothered me the most. And it was like, why like be on this show if it's gonna bother you that much, where to a point to where at the bachelor party, he basically, Justin had to kick him out. It's like, hey man, go ahead with that.
Okay, so I don't think as the brother, I would have shown up to the bachelor party if I was gonna have this bad attitude about it. But I do feel like it's okay to voice or talk about how you don't like some aspect of this, because if nobody can be real with you, your family should be able to be real with you.
Especially your brother or the people that you basically raised you,
which is like a parent.
But I just feel like the support in that he wasn't given a real reason as to why.
He just kept telling him he's not ready.
Yeah, like why isn't he?
It's
ready?
Like, does he pee in the bed? Like, what is it?
Like the way I'm looking at it, he's like 33 years old. Like what else do you need?
Is he 33?
Yeah. What else does he need to accomplish to be ready for this? Like, he was engaged before, and
that was, he said 5 years ago, but then Justin said he was like 23 or 24. So I'm like, that wasn't 5 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was very confused by that timeline too.
But it's like, man, you look at it as in the sense of that's a grown man.
Nobody's ready for marriage until you get married.
It's like,
and even when you're married, you be like,
it ever changes. So it's like, all right, man, you got to kind of roll with it. But what was your thoughts about them when they met each other?
Alexis squeals a lot, and I was like, could you not?
That's one thing I didn't notice.
She's like about everything.
Yeah.
I I expected her to be excited that he was as tall as he is because she's a tall woman.
Yeah.
And then she was like, that's a lot though.
Right.
I think that Justin is going to have to be less emotional for her because she seems to be more of a, all right, but what you crying for?
Yeah.
And he's like, I feel all the feelings. I hope they can work. I hope that he doesn't allow his celibacy to not allow him to, not trying to make everybody have sex, guys, but I hope it doesn't make him not consummate this marriage because he's like, I've been celibate, I don't know you, because it's always somebody every season that's like, you're a stranger.
You're a stranger, yeah.
And I just don't want it to be him. It
was a deal that said you're a stranger. We already found a couple that I think it was Lindy and the other guy, but I don't know.
I mean, sometimes it's more than one couple, but I just hope that he doesn't take like 2 weeks of the you're a stranger approach. Yeah. Not to say that they should be having sex in 2 weeks, but I just hope that he's
they should be having sex tonight. They married.
No, I wouldn't.
They married.
I wouldn't do that either. So there's that.
I think the attraction part is not there for her. But Lily.
Why are you talking in your baby voice? You back? Okay, finish your statement.
You want? Okay,
you can go ahead.
I think the attraction part is not there for her, just because I don't know. She just doesn't seem to be attracted to him, but I think she's open enough to actually have the to actually grow into liking and loving him. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. I also think that he's head over heels for her. I don't think he's gonna have a big issue. It's just a sense of getting to know her. It's how he likes to run relationships. You know, that's the thing, is like them learning how one another likes to do things and stuff like that.
And that's all relationships. They just are in a really, really fast-paced car.
Yeah.
Like they're in a Corvette while the rest of us are like in a Honda Civic.
Why a Honda Civic?
I don't know. They're reliable cars. Most of them.
All right.
Maybe.
All right.
A Toyota Camry.
Whatever.
Okay. You got anything else for them?
No, I don't.
All right. So next up is Kristen and Mitch.
Kristen I know who that is.
Has lost her mind. Okay, Kristen is 32, daring and devoted. Mitch is 41 and a rebel with a cause.
Kristen is the one that hadn't told her dad, right?
Yes, her dad.
And she's a daddy's girl.
She claims to be a daddy's girl, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, the whole time I was watching, I was like, Lily, but not ever do that to me. Like, just tell me, because I mean, like, you can tell me stuff like that, and I'll be open enough to be like, yo, okay.
Her dad turned bright red.
I told you he was.
He was like, you gonna bring me? His face said it, because he didn't say it out of his mouth. But his face was like, you gonna bring me in here in front of this camera and tell me you getting married today?
And you want me to walk you down the aisle?
Who is it? You don't know him.
It's like, man.
So she was engaged previously. Planned this extravagant, apparently out of the country wedding, found out the fiance cheated on her, and I don't think she's over that yet.
I don't either.
I think she's going to take some of the trauma from that into this relationship, because she was still crying about it like it happened last week.
Yeah.
When they brought it up. She told her mom, she told her sister, she hasn't told her dad, and she just basically told him that he needs to show up to the venue dressed nicely. And I was like,
you can't do him like that, man. No. Why would you do your pops like that?
No, like, Now, okay, so I have two dads. One of my dads, I could definitely just say dress nicely and he would come wedding ready. The other one, we'd have some work to do. But no, I just couldn't imagine me not telling either one of them that I'm getting married and I want you to be a part of this process, but I'm not going to tell you until the day of.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
First off, one of them, we know he just don't act right.
Yeah.
But it's just, it wouldn't be that type of party. So move over to Mitch. Mitch is an environmental policy advocate. So he's very much into sustainable living and going green. Like, we saw him pull up to something on a bike.
Yeah.
Because he's like not emitting any bad fuel into the air.
I just wonder how you get, like, at what point did he get into that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, again, it's an extreme. Mm-hmm. You know? It's one of those things that, you know, people, well, we don't see it here in the South a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, we doing our best, but we have Southern mindsets. But I think more so on the West Coast, they have more mindsets of non-pollution and stuff like that, because I think it's more, it affects them more.
Yeah, they're more densely populated than we are. Right. Granted, we're very densely populated here in Metro Atlanta, but we're not as densely populated as, say, in New York City or in LA. Right.
So it's like, man, I wonder, like, what clicked for him, because it wasn't always like that. Mm-hmm. I think Mitch is gonna Mitch. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna Mitch. I don't know what happened with his beard, but he looked like, to me, he looked fine and it looked nice, and he was like mad because that's not the way he wears his beard. Well, there's nothing you can do once it's cut.
Well, okay, I get it. But I kind of think about you that time that you cut your hair wrong because Lily did something. Yeah. And you were upset for a few days, but you didn't have anybody to be upset with.
I was mad, but then I was like, all right, because I was mad because I didn't know how I was going to fix it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But you didn't have anybody to be upset with because you were doing the cutting. Yeah. He has a person to blame it on.
Yeah, but still, like, it's
just one of those things.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And I was like, he's gonna Mitch.
I worry with him being, I don't want to say being 41, because I don't think 41 is the destination age. Yeah. But him being older than her, he's going to feel like he is more set in his ways and she's going to need to adapt more to him. Yeah. Makes me very nervous for their relationship going forward. Also because he seems to be very firm and structured on how he wants things done. Not to say that she can't be that type of person, but she's winging her wedding day by not even telling her dad. Yeah. Like, I would need more things in my control than that. Like, I tried to control the rain. So
you can't stop the rain.
It's just one of those things. So you think that they're going to work or not?
I don't. I really don't. And I'll get into it a little bit more later. But I don't really. The biggest thing that bothers me about Kristen, is that her name? Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest
Kristen
thing
with the Y.
Yeah, the biggest thing was she didn't tell her dad, and to claim to be a daddy's girl. I feel like these are things that you can talk to your dad about, be it disappointing or not, but you didn't give him an opportunity to want to support you in it.
Right.
You springing this on him day of, and you like, he already thinks the idea is crazy. And then you spring this on him and you want him to automatically be gung-ho for it. No, he can't be. Right. He hadn't had time to process it or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you're probably going to walk her down the aisle and stuff like that because that's his little girl. But, you know, it's just an unfair situation for him. And I think Mitch is going to run into an issue just because Mitch is set in his way, like you were saying, but he's not. It's because of that extreme of environment. You know, I think she's gonna get with the environment, but it's such a
come in and be like, your makeup is not cruelty.
Right. Something like that. But I think that's gonna get in the way of them actually having a decent and great relationship with each other.
Let's hope we're wrong.
Yeah. I always hope that I'm wrong when I say the couples aren't gonna stay together. But, you know, halfway through, I'll be like, I'm gonna be realistic.
So there is Morgan and Ben.
I like this couple.
Morgan is 27 and she's a nurse. Ben is 29 and he's an engineer. I'm nervous for them because Morgan jumped off the deep end when they called to tell her that he had COVID.
Yeah.
She was like, what if he just doesn't want to marry me and he lied about having COVID?
She went real left field.
And I was like, but they take a test. You don't just tell production, hey, I got COVID.
Nah, it's proof that he has
like
it.
Somebody did a nasal swab on him. She is an interesting person though, because she's like talking about how she got out of a bad relationship, got her finances together, started working on her body, found her some things that she liked to do, which was,
I think she in the video games.
Yeah, but was it like Taekwondo or
I don't know.
She's
part
type
samurai.
Of martial arts thing she was into. She is part samurai.
Which I think is cool.
Ben says that he compares all of his girlfriends to his mom. He also, one of the things that I did not necessarily like about him was that he and his friends led with his degrees. Like there was nothing about him as a person. It was just, I got this many degrees and look at my body. And it's like, but are you a jerk? Like, are you a nice person? Like, tell me something about you, not about something that you have accomplished.
Yeah.
He also said that he didn't want his wife to be, I can't remember the verbiage that he used, but basically he was like too wild. And then they cut to her at the bachelorette party and she's having a blast climbing on the bar. Or crawling on the bar. Again, going back to the first thing I said, I worry about the deep end that she dives off of. Like, I feel like she's going to be one of those, he don't want to talk to me because he said, hey, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Like, it's going to be one of those dramatic type situations.
I think her going off the deep end, that was like, it's her and her thoughts.
Still deep end.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fair assessment of the thing just because it's like, it's your thoughts there, you know?
Sure.
I really don't have a lot. The only thing that I think is going to be a hindrance in their relationship is his mom. Because I feel like if his mom doesn't like her, it's going to tank the way he interacts with her and works with her. Mm-hmm. And all the couples in the beginning have to learn how to date and move forward with their spouse, mm-hmm. you know, and allowing anybody to come into that is going to be a speed bump for your relationship, because it's like you don't get that opportunity to want to erase the time spent with people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we all have seen it when people get in new relationships and stuff like that, they tend to not talk to the people that they regularly talk to a lot.
Because you have a new person taking up so much more of your time.
And in this sense, it's not like it happens like switch on and switch off. It gradually happens, mm-hmm. because you're still in the phase of, do I really want to spend this much time with this person versus spending the time with the person that I always have been. And so his mom having to take a backseat in his life so fast may be an issue going forward. But hopefully it's not.
I hope I don't become that mom.
I mean, you never know.
I don't think I will, but I hope not. We didn't get to see them get married yet, so interested to see how that's going to work, since everyone allegedly all gets married on the same day and are going through the process.
Yeah, I've been wondering, like, how are they going to do this?
Yeah, it's like your 2 weeks is not my 2 weeks. Yeah. So just interested to see how that goes. We'll have to see the two of them actually get married. And then last but not least, there is Stasia, who is a 37-year-old boss lady, and Nate, who is a 34-year-old hustler with a heart. I think I heard her name pronounced 2 or 3 different ways.
Man, you heard me pronounce it, and that's completely wrong.
You was just going.
Stasia. What did I say?
I think that is what you said.
Stasia.
So I think it's Stasha, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember who said it right and who said it wrong, because it was said multiple ways. Stasha thinks that she's single because she's intimidating. I always wonder why people say that they feel like, why women say they feel like men are intimidated by them. Because usually when a guy first sees you, he doesn't know any of your story. So when you come across as intimidating, allegedly, it's because of something that you're typically doing, usually with your face.
Yeah.
Like you have the RBF, like, don't talk to me. And that's not an intimidation thing. That's just I don't think you're approachable, so I'm not going to attempt to approach you.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's what she has, but I'm just wondering where she gets that from. She did give us a little bit of insight about herself. When she was in her senior year of high school, her mom was moving and she decided to emancipate herself so that she could stay at her high school and finish out the school year. She's talked about building her business. Apparently she has several investment properties and she's making money off of that portfolio. Mm-hmm. And her mama's like, don't get taken, get a post-nup. And I was like, there needs to be some type of clause anyways with Married at First Sight, because not to say that people are coming in with all these crazy assets, because most of these people are not coming in. They're just your average regular people. But you don't want someone who owns a home, stays married for these 8 weeks, and then they're like, when you sell your house, you owe me half of it.
Yeah, no. Nah.
Like, I don't know how that works in each individual state.
They probably got that worked out because of the risk that this whole show takes and puts on people. Mm-hmm. And they probably, in order for more people to, like actual people that would actually want to do this, in order for them to do that, they have to put those type of clauses in just to protect the people, because they're running through a trial period. Mm-hmm. Like, to be honest, I think with them more so, like, I think it's funny that, you know, their ambition, mm-hmm. you know, to be successful matches each other.
We don't really know that about him, though. And the reason I say that is because they talked about, like, high school, him hustling, selling
I
stuff,
mean, like, that's like, different, though.
But that hasn't, like, come into adulthood?
I don't know.
You see what I mean? Yeah. Like we know that hers is translated into adulthood, but has his.
But on another note, with them, like, they, I was gonna say they're both light skinned, but
they look like they, like, as my mama would say, they from the same tribe.
Yeah.
Like they have the same types of features.
Yeah. I don't think they're related.
I don't think they are either. I wasn't thinking that they were related. Just like, you know how people, you look at them and you're like, oh, they look similar.
Yeah. I think the biggest issue, and she was talking about it with her friends, like, not having an issue with women coming on to him or coming up to him and stuff like that. And I think he's used to women coming on to him and thinking he's pretty. You know?
Not pretty.
Yeah. Like, so when that happens, I think that's what they're gonna run into.
Yeah.
As far as, like, an issue. But I think they'll be able to work through it if what she was saying
is true.
And like, he's gonna have the same issue. Because she's pretty too. So it's like, you know, with that being the issue or whatnot, it's gonna be interesting to see how they deal with that. And are they jealous?
And because he has a lot of female friends, and they were, one of the things that they were very vocal about was hoping that his wife wasn't, like, weird about them being around.
Yeah, because I mean, like, me and you both said it, like, he's had sex with one of those friends,
if not both, or somebody that they close to.
Yeah,
they were. Somebody did.
Pain in the vagina has happened.
Somebody's done it. I don't know who. But Nate was one of them.
Nate and somebody.
I hope it was something that when we were doing a couple of seasons ago, I think, with Jack and Glenn, they were like, there are certain names that are just not good for Married at First Sight.
Was Nate one of them?
No, this is the second Nate, though.
Is it?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Nate and Sheila.
Michael ain't a good name. No, it's Zach ain't either. Is it?
That's what I'm saying. This is the second Nate, and the first Nate wasn't good. So I'm hoping
I wonder what happened with the first Nate.
You don't remember Nate and Sheila?
I remember them, but I don't remember, like...
Oh, Nate
I thought they said yeah.
They did, and then... Nate showed us all behind, talking to other girls and stuff. They divorced now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that this Nate doesn't live up to the Nate and Sheila situation. But who knows? Again, hope that they can work things out. I think that they can if nobody's lying. Yeah. But that's the issue, is somebody lying?
Yeah.
All right. Our guest of the hour is back again. So I guess we're going to wrap this up.
We're going to wrap this up.
We've done the predictions, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
You want to do them officially in the next episode?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So episode 3, we'll officially do the predictions. We're going to try to get episode 3 out on Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you guys are seeing this in the next day or so. Thank you. In the next day or so, we'll have the rest. We'll have episode 3 up, and we'll just move forward from there. Do you have anything else, sir?
Like, we actually, for our members, we're gonna actually record these live so you guys can join us when we record them. So Saturday mornings we're gonna release these. This one is just gonna, y'all watching it. So, but Saturday mornings is the release date, and then I think Thursdays? We said
something like that.
We'll
iron this out and make a post about it
for the members. But yeah, so
we're trying to get our new normal.
Yeah,
with 2 kids, and they don't sleep at the same time, guys.
Yeah, so we're working it out. But anyway, with that being said, man, that's all I got for now. Talk to you guys later.
Oh, please share this video. Comment down below what you guys' predictions are, because you guys have probably already seen episode 3. And also, what does I say? Oh, like the video, share it, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel.
Definitely.
And we will see you guys this weekend.
All right, guys. Peace.
Bye.